First of all, how tough is it going against Tom Brady? How tough is he to defend when you have to see
Oh,
him twice in 3 weeks?
he's a great quarterback. He certainly makes all the plays he needs to make. We were not able to make enough plays down the stretch. I was really proud of how the team fought back into the game. But Tom is cool, calm, and collected. He was able to come out there and lead a couple of really good drives and make a couple of really good plays. The big time play made down on third down and extra long was phenomenal. A great throw, a great catch by Godwin. Those guys executed that play. That was really the turning point in the game, which got the score out of whack.
As a longtime defensive coach, what does it say to you about either the players or the game prep this week that the Bucs were able to roll up nearly 500 yards of offense?
When they come out, you play these guys, they're going to get yards. You have to get the ball back. It's like playing Drew Brees. You're not going to stop these guys from accumulating yards. You're not going to stop those guys from doing those things. You got to win on the critical downs. You got to win on third down, and you got to win when you get the chance to get the ball back. And when you get a chance to get the ball back, you got to take advantage of that and be able to go out there and play.
How do you sum up your 11 games as interim head coach?
You don't, man. You let you guys sum that up. That's your guys' job. It is what it is. We had a chance to interview with these guys. It was a great interview. I got a chance to sit down with Mr. Blank and some of the people at the top, Rich McKay and some others. Had a lot of fun with that. That time is over. Now we're playing a waiting game, and we'll see how it goes. See what decision makers say.
Did get some questions about that interview. Is there anything else you can say about the interview, about that process?
It went well. It was fair. It was long. It was definitely appreciated, and I definitely am invested into the Falcon family in that way, and I appreciate those guys.
Do you hope to remain the head coach of the Falcons following this season?
There's no doubt, man. I love this football team. I love this city. I love this organization. I love the owner. I love these players. And these guys are not far away, and they got a chance. They've been battle tested. They played against a bunch of really playoff-bound teams in the last couple of weeks. They fought and not been able to get the wins. We're that close. We got to find a way to get over the edge. And if we're able to get to this point, we can be in the spot again next year. We will find a way.
Going off being that close, what do you think this team is missing to, like you said, get over the edge?
It's what we talked about, just what you miss in general. We got to find a way to be able to run the ball more consistently, and we got to find a way to be able to get up to the quarterback with our four-man rush. And if we can do some of those things, we are going to be the team to beat, and we're going to be the team to deal with moving forward.
What do you think the 2020 Falcons team showed the new general manager joining the team soon?
Not really interested in that. He'll come up, he'll have his own, obviously he'll have his own opinions. Whoever that is, those guys I'm sure going to pick a great evaluator. They're going to pick a great guy with people. They're going to pick a great guy that's a part of our family and our core values. And I look forward to seeing what that looks like.
Can you discuss the season-long struggle to establish a running game, and was the long run today by Brian Hill kind of a hint to what you would have hoped to see?
You never can just say one long run is what you hope to look like. When you get one long run, particularly with a great player like that, like Brian Hill making a play, you like to see it productive. You like to see it efficient. You want to get those things efficient so you can run the ball, turn around, let Matt hand that thing off, be able to eat up time, and keep Tom Brady off the field. Those things always come about and help you win, and those are the things we're looking for in those situations.
What can you say about the offense's performance today after falling behind by 17?
Really love the fight in the team. The offense kept rolling. We came out, went into halftime, and let those guys know it was simple. You go out and score when you got the ball, and you go out on defense and stop them. Those guys were able to go out there and accomplish those things and get us right back into the game, made it a 3-point game. And we got to go out there and be able to finish the game when we get to that point. We got to that point, and Tom turned into Tom and was able to get us.
How did Matt Hennessy play today?
We'll have to go look at the tape and review that. But, obviously he kept him off his back a bunch. We were able to get a couple runs. We seen him on some second-level blocks, so I'll be able to go evaluate it tomorrow and be able to see what's going on with it.
Have you had the sense for a while that Julio wouldn't be able to play in these final few games?
No, you give Julio every chance that he can and every opportunity to try to go. He was able to run a little bit more this week. Obviously, made the decision that he couldn't go, and it is what it is. We look forward to getting a healthy, strong, physical Julio back next year.
How was Tom Brady able to exploit the mismatches today with Chris Godwin?
Time. He's able to sit back there, pat the ball, move around with his feet. He's going to scan it as well as anybody in the National Football League. He found the right guy at the right time, and he's going to make the play when you give him that much time.
What's your evaluation of Russell Gage on the season, and did he become the guy you guys needed him to be without Julio and with teams more inclined to double Calvin over the last few weeks?
It really has nothing to do with Julio. Russell Gage is a very good football player. It was part of the decision to move on from Mohamed Sanu to be able to insert him into our starting lineup, for him to be able to step up when he has the opportunity. He's a very good football player in this league and will be for a long time.
Are you at all glad this season is over? 11 games is a long time as an interim, and everything, all the extra stuff with this year?
Justin, no chance, man. I love this game. I love football. I want to coach every single week of life. This is what we all pay to do. This is what we all love to do. I just can't believe we all get paid to do it because we love it so much. And there's nothing more that I like to go on and continue on these playoffs and to put this team in position and be able to win them. It's a great opportunity to be able to do that. And hopefully we get an opportunity next year.
I only got a couple questions remaining in the chat for you. After interviewing with the Falcons, do you have any other head coaching interviews scheduled with other teams?
All those things to be kind of out tomorrow. Obviously you guys will have a bunch of fun with Black Monday. That's always fun for the media people, not so much for coaches. We sit around, we'll wait, we'll figure those things out, and we'll figure out what we're going to do with our families and be able to interview if we can.
And another question along similar lines, are you going to plan to take any interviews for any assistant coaching jobs with other teams before the Falcons have named a head coach?
Unfortunately, you got to do what you need to do in order when you're talking about the job search. You don't sit around and wait for anybody. You got to go out there and be a go-getter. I'm a football coach. I'm going to continue to coach football. I love coaching football, and we all do. So we'll all be out there, and we have to be proactive and know what we need to do.
Is just in general, how do you sum up a 4-12 season from the quarterback's vantage point?
It's disappointing. Coming into the year, you always have high expectations and a belief that you're going to, be competing for a championship in January into February, and when that doesn't come to fruition, it's disappointing. So we're all obviously disappointed with how this year shook out, and hopefully better days are ahead for us.
Raheem just said a few minutes ago he thinks the team is close. He pointed to being able to run the ball better and getting a pass rush, and he said this would be a team to beat. You've talked about how close and how fine the line is. What do you think is missing to get you guys over the hump?
Yeah, I think it's a few things here and there, a few pieces here and there, and I do think we're closer than we are far away from being in the mix and giving ourselves a chance. But we have to shore those things up. We have to be better. We have to find ways to finish games better than we have.
Do you want Raheem Morris to be the next head coach of the Falcons?
I love Raheem. I think he's done a great job for us. He's a great football coach, whether it's here or somewhere else. He's going to be a head coach in this league. There's no doubt about it. He's a good football coach, and I trust our front office to go out there and find the best person for our organization. And so we'll see what happens. But I've loved Raheem his entire time here.
How closely are you going to watch the coaching search, and are you going to have any input with Rich McKay or Arthur Blank?
No, I think it's in their hands to make a decision to go through this process to find the best person for our organization when it comes to head coach and GM, and they know where I'm at. If they need me, I'm obviously available and willing to give my input. But and I've done that with them consistently throughout my career, and so they know how I feel. But it's definitely on them.
Does the preferred style or background of the next coach matter at all to you?
I just want to win games. I think that's where we're all at. Style, to me, let's just find the person who's going to help us get over that hump and find a way to win more football games and, to be competitive late into the year.
Do you plan on trying to talk Alex Mack into coming back?
That's a conversation I have to have with Alex. That's one of those things. We got to see where his head's at. He's had a tough couple of weeks, with concussion and then being able to come back and then COVID. Certainly not, the way he'd like to end the year, but he's had a great run here. He's been an awesome teammate, and I'll see kind of where his head's at for the future. But that's a decision best fit for him and his family.
You were sacked 41 times this season. What do you feel like is missing for this to continue to be a problem each year, with you now being sacked 40 plus times in 3 straight seasons?
Well, there's a number of reasons for it. A lot of those happen in situations where you're late in games trying to get back in, and if we can play more consistently and have our entire playbook at our disposal, whether it be run game, play action, or whatever, I think that helps. And then, I think we'd like to run the football more effectively than we have. I think, when you can do that, it certainly helps pass protection.
From August to now, how would you say your rapport with Hayden Hurst has grown?
I think it's gotten a lot better. I really do. I thought his production was really good for us the last 5-6 weeks. I mean, he became a bigger part of the plan. Obviously, with Julio out, we had to adjust, and I think he showed that he could take on that role. And I think it's going to be a nice piece for us moving forward. And I think he's hungry to continue to get better.
Got a big picture NFL question for you. A couple long playoff droughts were snapped today. What were you doing back in 2002, the last time the Browns made the playoffs?
2002, I was a junior in high school. So I was playing basketball at this point. Football season was long over, right in the middle of basketball season, enjoying myself.
What happened on that handoff to Brian Hill that he fumbled? Or that there was a fumble?
Yeah, I was trying to seal off the back edge, and I've got to do a better job of getting the ball in his stomach, and there was a free safety pressure off the weak edge. I tried to kind of use my hip to keep him from blowing the play up, but I've got to do a better job of getting it in there.
What are your immediate plans in terms of the off season, and what does a successful off season look like for you, just in terms of your preparation for next year?
Well, I think first you want to take a little bit of time, get some rest, and just kind of get back to neutral. But I think a successful offseason is putting in the work, finding ways that you can be better, attacking a handful of things to try and be a better player, and then trying to get your body ready for the long haul of the season. And I feel like I've got a good process for that. I've been able to stay relatively healthy for a long time. And but it requires a lot of work. And so putting in that work and making sure I'm physically fit and mentally, ready to go is my focus.
Do you think there's any chance that you're not back with the team next season?
I don't think so, but I think I'm here. I feel like I can be, a really good football player for this team for a long time. But no one knows. You never know in this league what can happen. But I feel good about it, and I feel like I want to be here and want to be a part of getting this turned around and being back in the playoffs.